On to our next story now. Disgraced South African Paralympian Oscar Pistorius has applied for parole. The 36-year-old is expected to attend a hearing today that will decide if he can be released from prison 10 years after killing his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp. In this report, we look at the rise and fall of the Blade Runner.
Pistorius had to fight against the odds since his birth on the 22nd of November 1986. He was born with no fibula, and as a result, his lower limbs had to be amputated when he was just 11 months old. 6 months later, he received his first prosthetics, which would later become a defining moment in his life. He played rugby in his college days and only took to the tracks in November 2003 as part of a rehabilitation program. Pistorius ran his first 100-meter sprint with a time of 11.72 seconds, which was faster than any other double amputee at that time. 8 months later, he won the 200-meter gold at the Paralympics in Athens, and his life changed. A star was born. Pistorius' J-shaped carbon fiber prosthesis called a flex-foot cheetah earned him the nickname of Blade Runner. There were claims that these gave him an unfair advantage. He was banned by the international athletics body briefly, but returned for the Beijing Paralympics in 2008.
They've tested me, they've tested the prosthetic in isolation, they've tested acceleration, deceleration, steady state running speed. I mean, we can get so technical about how much stuff they've tested, and there isn't an advantage.
He won the 3 golds and set world records in 100, 200 and 400 meters. But Pistorius wasn't satisfied by being a Paralympic star. He wanted to compete against able-bodied sportspersons at the Olympics. A dream he achieved at the 2012 Games in London, becoming the first double amputee runner to compete in the Olympics.
Well, I'd grown up competing against kids in my neighborhood at school, so I never saw a difference between disability and ability. I just kind of, played sport.
He did not win the 400-meter gold in London, but his fame saw him mentioned in same breath as Usain Bolt and Mo Farah. Pistorius was scaling new heights and was an inspiration to many until the 14th of February in 2013. A Valentine day that became bloody and gory as Pistorius shot his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp 4 times through a locked bathroom door at his home in Pretoria. He claimed that he mistook her for a burglar during a high-profile trial that was beamed live across the world.
My lady, I didn't have time to think. I heard this noise and I thought it was somebody coming out to attack me, so I fired my firearm.
Following a lengthy court battle that underwent many twists and turns, Pistorius was convicted of a murder and sentenced to 6 years in prison in 2017. The Supreme Court of Appeal enhanced that sentence in 2017 and extended the prison term to 13 years and 5 months. Pistorius became eligible for parole earlier this year, as South African laws allow offenders to leave if they have completed half of their sentence. Steenkamp's family, though, has opposed his release.
South Africans are once again divided in their views on whether or not the disgraced former Paralympian Oscar Pistorius should be granted parole. While some say he has served his time, others feel he should spend his life behind bars, as he has not shown remorse for killing an innocent woman. This is Calden Ongmo from Johannesburg, South Africa, for WION World is One.
Now, for more on this, we are being joined live by our correspondent Calden Ongmo from Atteridgeville in South Africa. Hello to you, Calden. Now, Oscar Pistorius has applied for parole. He's expected to attend his hearing today, and that will, of course, decide whether he can be released from prison. What are the latest details that you have for us?
Well, thank you, Alison. I'm here at Atteridgeville Correctional Services, where Oscar Pistorius spent most of his sentence, and he is currently here. If you can see, I don't know if the viewers can see behind me, there's a facility there. That is the place where Oscar Pistorius was housed most of his sentence. Now, as we speak here, there's a contingent of media here just waiting to hear what will happen today at the parole hearing. Just 2 minutes before the Steenkamp family lawyer, she's arrived, and she has said the mother, who's the victim, a victim's mother, June Steenkamp, she will be coming here. She will be making her representations on behalf of her husband and herself in front of the parole board. So what the lawyer representing the family said, that the family is against this parole. Obviously, their child has died. She is not coming back. So all they want Oscar was for him to tell the truth. So they feel Oscar has not shown any remorse throughout these years. It's been 10 years since Riva Steenkamp died. He has not shown any remorse. He has not been truthful. So the family feels that Oscar Pistorius doesn't deserve this parole. What also we know, today, parole board that comprises of correctional services officers and some professionals from the community, they will be in the parole board. If I may, let me just turn my camera to show the family of Riva Steenkamp, who's the victim. You can see they are making the way. You can see a lot of media contingent currently there. It looks like the mother of the victim is speaking currently. So I'm going to take you right there, Alison. You will see the family representative lawyer here. She's the lawyer. The mother of the victim, June Steenkamp, is sitting on the back seat here. They are here to make their representations. June Steenkamp, who's the mother, like I said earlier, she will be making representations on behalf of her husband and herself.
Sorry, can you
Sorry? Are you all going to go in?
No, we have to form.
Okay. Any idea what time with the parole hearing is starting? 10 o'clock. So hear that the parole hearing will be starting at 10.
Okay, chaps, I think we got the slide. Leave the lady alone.
Miss Alison, who is the mother.
Right. Culden, thank you very much for bringing us all the latest there, and you will of course be keeping us up to date as that trial gets underway on the latest parole hearing for Oscar Pistorius. WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.